And there it is. We're live
Oh, God.
once again.
Late's Monday.
It's Monday.
I'm the tardiest motherfucker on earth.
Yes.
It's not my fault.
Well, a little bit, but it's all right.
I blame society.
It's not really your fault. No.
No.
I blame your responsibilities.
It's true. I have so many of them, and they're so difficult to uphold.
You have much compared to the olden days.
I know. This used to be super easy. It's like, what are you doing today, Greg? Unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
You?
Yeah, there's been those times.
Yep.
They were the best of times, and they were the worst of times.
You got anything planned? I'm drunk in my garage.
Yeah, you? Anything else?
Also drunk in your garage?
Yes.
High five.
Yeah, I could be drunk in a minute in your garage.
This is all about teamwork.
Well, it's okay to be at the bottom of the barrel as long as there's people at the bottom with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It makes it so much easier to be there.
Right, because you can just like sit around and kind of wallow in the situation together.
Well, yeah, because it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad.
Yeah, man, we don't need all that stuff to make us happy. And it's like, then you realize you're just telling yourself that.
Yeah, you're telling each other that. It makes it a little easier. It makes it like 48 hours easier.
Yeah.
Before you realize, like, if they weren't there, it'd just be 2 days before you'd go, yeah, fuck. This isn't good.
Right. It would be the most losingest fucking ugh. I had this this epiphany a while back. I think I mentioned this on one of the shows that I feel that my new future hobby is definitely gonna be yachting.
Yes.
And I've never seen an unhappy person on a yacht.
Right.
And when I look at the level of people that even like at their absolute worst, the unhappiest person on earth on a yacht is probably happier than the unhappiest person on earth drunk in a garage.
Okay, even this. I'll even go this far that the most unhappy person on a yacht is happier than we are right now.
Oh, of course.
And we're not even drunk in the garage anymore.
Like these are people like I've been watching True Detective recently on HBO. I just started getting into this. It's a pretty cool show.
Okay.
I love me some crime thrillers. I love me some murder mysteries. And there was a point in the show where one of the characters loses $5 million.
Well,
and I think about this, and I try and like compound how upset you must be, because I think about how I feel when I lose $20.
Right.
Like, you buy something for $20 and it sucks. I have a pen for my iPad that broke after 3 months of use. That was $50. And I feel like I've been just violated in the most terrible possible ways.
And that's not even close to 5 million.
Not even close. But I still wonder, how could people live in this world that could make a pen that would only last for 3 months of rigorous use?
Yeah, that is really like a crime. A $50 iPhone pen should, after much rigorous use, last much longer than 3 months.
Right. And then I have friends that try and make this argument that this shit fucking drove me up a wall. Is like, well, think about how much money you could spend in ink, like pens, each month if you were drawing as much as you claim you were trying to do on your iPad. And they said that if you think about it and you treat it as such a disposable item, it's really not that bad. And
No.
I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck told you that this is okay?
That's a dumb fuck way to think. I'm sorry.
I don't need you to apologize for these assholes for me. They're not people.
Right.
It's
an entity. It's not a person.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a heart.
Right. So I don't know what to say about that. It makes me upset.
Well, they're wrong, first of all. I mean, $50 worth of pens.
Yes.
It's a fuckload of pens. I have never used $50 worth of pens. I'm fairly certain.
If you were to try and consume $50 worth of like black Bic pens,
right,
over the course of 3 months, the only thing that I could think that would possibly consume that many pens would be if you just started unpackaging them and trying to color in your own walls.
Right. You'd have to break them open and pour them out.
Right.
That's the only way.
Right.
$50 worth of Bic pens.
That's a lot of pens.
Let me do some research here. Amazon.com sponsored.
Oh, you can't go to Amazon. That makes this even worse.
I don't give a fuck.
You buy the pens from Amazon?
No, I don't. But I'm just looking. I'm just looking up here. We're just doing some quick research. Okay. 60 count of Bic pens. Okay. Costs $5. So it'd be
600 pens.
Right. There's no way that's only like, how would you go through 600 pens in 3 months?
I should just like bring 600 pens to the guy that said this.
Right.
And be like, all right.
Make it's on.
Yeah. Drain these out in 3 months.
You have until October 6th.
by drawing. Drain these by drawing.
And go.
Yeah. And then fucking I would come, so like this kid would just be like rocking back and forth in his basement being like, I drew it all. I drew it all.
I drew everything.
I drew everything.
His hand's all fucked up. And he's got you for the medical bills.
Just crippled.
Like, hey, listen, he fucking said it. He said it. He's a grown man. He made his choices. That's all I can say.
It's it's not our fault.
It's not. I mean, if you're gonna go frivolously saying shit like that, well, fucking back it up, sir.
Yeah.
Back that shit up.
Back that shit up with ink.
Yeah, with your drawing ability.
It's one of those. Oh my god, you can even just say to him like, "You want to put that in ink?"
Yeah, you want to put that in ink, sir? Watch your tongue. You better think about before you fucking answer this.
You better think before you ink.
Oh, that would be
a
burn.
Oh. Yeah, you can tell that I'm at my mental sharpest today.
It's good.
Mental sharpie.
Yeah, you're a little manic.
I am a little manic.
It's not bad.
I had a three-day weekend.
Ooh.
And I saw the upload that you made on the 4th, and I did put that on my to listen to list.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You released a podcast, I'm assuming about your mother.
Yes.
From your Facebook message, which she died on the 4th many years ago.
12 years ago. Yep.
Yep. And I didn't want to. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say on it. And I didn't want to disrespect you by listening to it while I was 4th of July drunk or like leveling characters in Final Fantasy with it kind of half in the back of my head. It's one of those things where I'm like, if I'm gonna listen to it, which I intend to do, I feel that I should sit down and really listen to it as opposed to just use it as noise.
Yeah, that's probably true. It's not like a bummer podcast whatsoever, but yeah, I would imagine on July 4th, if you would have listened to it while you were fourthing it up, I would have just got a call. Bro, fucking love you, man.
I do love you, man.
I know. But right now you can just go, I love you.
So I have this like internal code that I've been living by for, well, I guess 12 years now, where when it comes to the 4th of July holidays, I have convinced myself that you and your family simply do not exist.
That's a good way to do it. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's, everyone's going to be a little bit selfish. We have to. That's just the nature of us.
Right.
And I usually always enjoyed going out and doing stuff on 4th of July, and it was one of my preferred holidays. It's my second favorite.
Oh, really?
My first favorite is actually Labor Day, because Labor Day is the no bullshit holiday.
Okay.
It's like, what is the point of Labor Day? It's like to have a day off.
To not labor.
Yeah, to not be at work. And you're like front and center. You know what you're talking about, Labor Day.
Got this shit down.
It's none of this like Jesus's birthday, or we're celebrating with our founding fathers of our land by giving them smallpox blankets day. It's
right. It's like I'll take the day off, but I'm not really behind it.
Yeah, it up until it was pretty much ostracized by the entire United States. I used to get really into Columbus Day, and me and a few of my friends over out east would go really all out for Columbus Day because the holiday was so completely fucking stupid.
Right.
But 4th of July used to be one of my favorites, and it's just one of those holidays where I can't really call you and your brother up because it's like, hey, have a good 4th, and Ty's like, oh yeah, you mean the anniversary of the death of my mother? It's like, whoa.
You're like, yes, that one. Other things happened too, you fuck.
Yeah, how much of a party did you have about that?
Right. That's like, for the most part, like when it comes to my friends, like as far as like sending texts and all, I just shut the fuck up. Because I'm like, I don't want you guys to have to fucking be like, hey, dude, I'm just thinking about you, bro. You know, just like, no, just have fun. I understand. Just have fun.
Right.
There's always July 3rd and 5th. It's all good.
Right. And it's for me, it's also like, you know, about the whole thinking about you thing.
Yeah.
It's there's the other part of me that's like, well, maybe, you know, you guys would really like to just enjoy 4th of July and not have every single person in your life remind you that that's the day your mom died.
Right. No,
like,
I totally get that.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I really shouldn't text either one of you about that. But then if you guys are feeling in that mood where, you know, you're feeling really sentimental that day, that's why I'm just like, hands the fuck off. Don't
exactly. Just don't engage.
Do not engage.
There's always time. There's always time later.
Right.
Like this year, I July 3rd'd it up.
Ooh.
Yes.
Just like had a big old barbecue. I'm like, hey, is there good? Come out for the 4th. You're like, we don't talk about that day.
Yeah, talk about what? Say it again, fuck. Say it again, you fucking punk.
Say it to my face.
Say it to my face, bro.
Meanwhile, Computer Scott's off on the side of the barbecue. Yeah, Joe doesn't like the 4th. His mom died.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, I've got nothing.
Wow.
Okay.
Computer Scott's really drying up the well of excitement.
Well, even he's just backing off, you know?
Yeah.
Backing off.
He doesn't even know what to go with.
He doesn't even know what to, he didn't even make an appearance on the July 4th podcast.
Oh, no, that's probably for the best. Actually.
Oh, that's way for the best.
Yo, buddy, let it all out.
Hey, buddy.
I'm here.
Hey, buddy. I'm working on my computer, Scott. All right, here we go.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
It's not bad. But yeah, July 3rd, I went to a Swamp Bats game with my cousins.
I remember them.
And mostly went for fireworks. I really didn't give a fuck about the Swamp Bats game. I'm just not a baseball guy.
Or Swamp Bats.
Sure, but I'm just not a baseball guy in general.
Right,
but
right.
I'm like, you know, at the end of this game will be fireworks, so you know that's a good reason to go. And my cousin Jack, who's been on this podcast before, that kid makes me fucking laugh. He has no idea how to act in public.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and there's nobody better to be with in public than someone who doesn't know how to act in front of people.
Right.
So this guy's going around. This guy's going around with ice cream, right, in a crate, and he's got 2 little kids with him that are helping collect money. And I thought Jack didn't have any money, so I gave him a $5 bill, and I'm like, just, you know, get some ice cream, you know, whatever. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. He's like, okay, cool, thanks. And the guy comes over, and he goes to hand the little kid the $5 bill, okay? And the kid looks at him sweetly and says, do you want vanilla or do you want chocolate? To which prompted Jack to shoot his head over to me and go, quick, vanilla or chocolate? Shit. And this kid looks at him like, oh, like, oh, he doesn't know what to do.
Right.
He just, I'm like, Jack, the shit part wasn't really necessary to this conversation.
Right.
Like the kid's just 5 feet away from his face, and he's just like, shit.
You just gotta get the emotions in there.
He was really concerned. He was so worried. That kid that's why that kid makes me laugh. He just says shit like that all fucking day.
Yeah. I would like to hang out with this gentleman one day. I feel like he and I would get along perfectly in public.
You would, and I've been asking him to come on the podcast here with us because I think it'd be a fun show.
Of course,
but I think it's too late. Everybody's too late.
Not for me. I have the advantage with this just an hour. I'm like in the past.
You are.
I get like an hour of extra time here.
I'm in the future.
Although my hours are becoming more and more precious as fucking my chance of survival drops because Canada's fucking up my air.
What are they doing?
So there's these wildfires in Canada.
Oh.
That have been raging for I was gonna say I don't care. I didn't care until there's like my city is actually full of smoke from fucking Canada now.
I consider you a wildfire.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, baby, you're a firework.
Okay.
Let your colors burst.
All right.
You're my Katy Perry song.
Oh boy, you're my Katy Perry song. But yeah, so they're fucking up your city.
Yeah,
With
no,
smoke?
our air quality has been degraded to unhealthy because of how bad. Like that's actually like the official statement. It's our air quality has been degraded from a level of like healthy, which it usually is, or like great, to unhealthy.
So
Because
you're
we're
like in a
supposed
fucking
to
coal miner city.
pretty much, yeah, we're supposed to minimize the amount of time we spend exerting ourselves outdoors until this clears.
Before you go outside, send a canary. If the canary
Right.
falls, then don't go outside.
Right, yeah. If the canary dies, it's not a good day to hang out in Minneapolis. And to kind of put this in perspective, you got about a visibility earlier today of maybe a quarter of a mile. And
Holy
then
shit.
just haze from all the smoke. And it smells like a campfire.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I didn't know about this initially either, but I figured something was up because
My lungs are burning.
No, so I switched my air conditioner from conditioner to fan in the evenings, like most of the time, to try and just kind of keep my house more comfortable.
Right.
And when I went into my apartment this morning after I left my bedroom, where the air conditioner does run, because I'm not gonna save energy and get fresh air through the house while also being uncomfortable. It's got to be the air conditioner in the bedroom. So I step out into my main apartment and it smells like something's burning. I can't figure out what it is. Everything looks fine. And I'm just like, I start coughing a little bit, but my smoke detector's not going off. I'm like, oh, whatever. Take a shower, kind of rush through the morning, step outside, start coughing again. And I'm like, what is that fucking smell? And I just can't. I figure maybe somebody was shooting off fireworks, but
right.
didn't think too much of it. Got on the bus. I'm at work for a few hours. I step outside during lunch and I start coughing again. I have the same smell. I was like, this is fucked up.
The whole like the whole fucking city?
Yeah, no, this is like, it's the city and all surrounding suburbs. Because if you figure this is smoke that's traveled 1,600 fucking miles to ruin my day.
Right. Yeah, yours.
Right.
Your day.
Right. Specifically my day.
Right.
It's still like that outside. It's kind of still smoggy. So it looks a little bit better now. But yeah, so as I step out of work and start coughing again, and I ask people, I'm like, what the fuck is up with the air today? I'm like, oh, it's wildfires. They're ruining everything. For everyone.
Like, it's wildfires. They're ruining your day.
Yeah. Yeah. Canada set all their trees on fire because they knew that it would ruin my walk home.
Motherfuckers.
That's the science behind it.
The fuck, Canada?
I know.
Jesus.
So
they're like, fire, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah, so I have a few Canadian friends. I did the responsible thing. I sent them a text message and said, stop fucking up my air.
Yeah, I'm going to, because I have Canadian friends too.
And they said they're in Quebec, which means that their air doesn't go this way, but I think it could go around the earth.
They're like, oui, Francois.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck you, seriously. You know what I'm saying.
I'm not falling for it.
I'm not falling for that shit. Come on.
I'm too old to fall for shenanigans like that.
Yeah, what am I, a fucking kid?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny unless it still gets me something.
Right, unless he gets me the solid chocolate bunny, not the hollow one.
They're always the hollow one.
I know. Seriously. That's how you know if someone actually loves you. They get you the solid one.
Or if you know somebody's trying to fatten you up so they can eat you.
Well, that's love too. It's just a different kind of love.
This girl at work that says, oh, I need to be really careful because if I start eating candy, it just won't stop. So I just started throwing candy on her desk.
Here's a 6-pound bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's just on my way to work, and I bought you this bag of fun-sized Snickers bars.
Here's some pork rinds.
Dipped in I can't drink that. Well, you can wash it down with this 24-pack of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah, just chip away at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Don't share. Remember, don't share.
Yeah, don't share.
It's all for you.
Because that was a gift, and if you give away my gift, that's being rude.
Just go ahead and drink your Mountain Dew forever and ever.
Yep. I am super mature.
Yeah, I'm just helping out.
Just helping.
So I have some news that I actually forgot to bring up last week.
Oh.
That we talked about slightly on this podcast with disgust. I was drug tested at work.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
And how did that go?
Well, it's the if you don't hear from us, you're all set thing.
Right.
and I haven't heard.
Right. I'm sure I'd love to find out how you would fail that drug test.
Right, exactly.
'Cause-
Yeah, luckily I'm a sober guy now, so
right.
and
Right.
I'm not on any illegal drugs of any kind, so that's good. But
Here's the good part, because you figure that after you're trying to like incite your little mini riots at work, they're probably like, "Oh, he's got to be stoned."
yeah, exactly. He built a drum set during a fucking audit.
Yeah, he built a drum set during an audit, and
He's got to be high.
when we started talking about drug testing hair, John Brown said that was ridiculous.
Yep. So they're
Well-
like, well, we got to take some of that then.
Yep. And you defeated them.
I guess.
So how did that go down? Did it just like quote unquote randomly pull you aside?
Yeah, this is exactly how it went down. I left early one day, and I came in the next day because the nurse is only there like a few days a week. They're not there full time. So that's good news if I chop my finger off or something. But a guy I work with came out and told me, he's like, "Oh, dude, they were looking for you yesterday." I go, well, "Who?" He goes, "You're the boss." And he asked if, he had to tell the nurse that you weren't here. And I'm like, "Oh, I know what that means." So like 2 days later, my boss comes out and goes, "Oh, the nurse needs to see you." I'm like, "All right." So I, moseyed on down there. Actually, I walked down there with my back hunched over with my hands behind my back just to kind of, let people know what's happening. And I get down there and she's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "I don't know. You called me down here." And she's like, "Oh, you must be John." I'm like, yeah. So, you need my fingerprints or what, And, I had to give her a little bit of a ribbing for just being down there.
Right.
And she's like, and I was going to really going to fuck with her because I knew I was going to pass. So I'm like, I might as well have some fun. But she's like, it's a new person. And she goes, I don't pick the people and all that. I'm like, yeah, I know. And she goes, but honestly, this is like the worst part of my job. I hate doing this. And I'm like, all right, well, don't want to really fuck with her too bad. So they take a sample of your hair and they have you seal the envelope. It's like fucking sealing your own fate type of shit.
Right.
And, basically she's like, "Any questions or anything?" I'm like, "No, can I go now, officer?" Or, you need any more questions from me? And that's basically how it goes. They just pull you aside. They're like, "Yeah, the nurse needs to see you." And I'm like,
that's
"Yeah, well, I guess
so
it's
weird.
Not for my fucking blood pressure, I'm sure."
That's so strange.
Yep.
What do they hope to accomplish?
They want to catch the bad guys, Greg.
Right, but the bad guys are the ones that are just like coming to work to pay for their casual pot habit outside of work. Or
Well, here's the
going there reliably to just get through the day.
Yeah, here's the insane part about it is that it's a hair test. So if you walk in there drunk and they don't know you're drunk, you can still pass the hair test.
Right.
That's what's fucking bizarre.
Right.
Because it's a whole thing. It's where it's all about safety, about keeping you safe. So if my coworker smokes a fucking joint on Saturday, it's going to affect me Monday.
Right. They
Really?
will have you believe so.
Right. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But that's what they're looking for. They're looking for marijuana among everything else.
Why not look for an actual dangerous drug like PCP or cocaine?
Well, I'll tell you a little story about one of my coworkers who will remain nameless, obviously. He got tested.
We call him Cocaine Joe.
We're going to call him marijuana opiate user. Because that's exactly what he got popped for.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a guy I've worked with for a long time. Never, ever, ever felt like I was in danger of anything, right?
Right.
He has a prescription for pain pills, opiate pain pills.
Okay.
And he smokes marijuana. He doesn't anymore. Wink, wink.
Right.
But he gets caught, and they call him up, and they're like, "We found marijuana in your system." He's like, "I would hope so. Otherwise your test sucks." and they said, "We also found opiates." And he says, "I have a prescription for that." And they said, "Okay." And they never made him prove it. The only thing they were really concerned about was with the marijuana. So, I mean, he could have just bought it off. He could have bought Vicodin off the street and been like, "Well, I have a prescription there." It's like, all right, okay. Never made him
So-
prove it.
All right, so that's what you say whenever they tell you got anything. Being like, yeah, we found marijuana in your system. I have a prescription for that, glaucoma.
Yeah, found cocaine in
Oh.
your system. I got a fucking prescription. Back off.
I have a fucking prescription for that. For what? Narcolepsy.
I have a really good doctor. Fucking back off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I fall asleep easily.
Exactly. Yes.
We also found PCP. I don't feel very imaginative normally.
I just told you I have a good doctor.
I have a great doctor.
Yeah, he's awesome. His name is Spanish Johnny. He makes the pain go away.
Spanish Johnny.
He makes the pain go away. I don't know what to tell you.
Then you can go down to Guatemala and get some of that cheap plastic surgery.
I give you his phone number, but all I have is a pager.
You ever see those like documentaries on like off-market illegal plastic surgeries?
No.
They practically will like just sew in anything into you that looks like it could be the right shape or so.
Like, here's a fucking melon. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh yeah, like fucking breast implants are just like Nerf footballs wrapped in plastic or just all sorts of ridiculous stuff. Like they'll do what's some of the other stuff they do, like illegal iris implants, like they'll
Oh, God.
yeah, like they'll fuck with your eyes, and it's like, why would you ever?
Just going to stick a marble in there.
Yeah, why?
You can't see out of it, but it looks really cool, dude.
I can't see, man, but if I could see myself,
It looks
It
pretty
looks like-
fucking sweet, dude.
look like a fucking
Looks
werewolf.
pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. If I had fucking, I don't even know what I want if I had like glass eyes. If I lost both my eyes, I want like the craziest glass eyes on earth.
I want glass eyes, but I want 2 extra ones.
2 extra ones?
Yeah, so I have my eyes and then I have glass eyes.
Or you could learn, like from that movie Daredevil, you could learn how to just perceive through sound.
Like sonar, like a fucking bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm too late. I think I'm too past. You know, I'm almost 30. I don't think I'm going to learn sonar.
It's, there's still a chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past me. I mean, that'd be if I lost my eyes, I would have to do something.
You got to believe in yourself, John.
I just want to install more eyes.
They say
You
that
have
like
2
if you
video
lose-
cards, for Christ's sakes.
It's always the thing where if you lose one sense, your other ones become more powerful.
Right.
And what happens if like you lost your sense of sight and then your sense of taste just got really extreme?
Yeah, or your sense of smell.
Yeah,
It's
you'd,
like, who the
lick-
fuck farted? Seriously.
You had to lick your way through downtown to find your way to your bus.
This tastes like Marlboro Street. If I could fucking, if I had to say,
Yeah. I know that tread.
God,
Someone was wearing Nikes on this strip.
lick your way down the street. That'd be fucking terrible.
It would be
How
horrible.
awful would that be? Like, it's the only
Especially-
way. It's the only way. Like, no, they have these canes that'll let you. Like, no. You have to lick your way. But my
I
iPhone,
can't taste through a cane.
my Google Maps will actually say where I'm at on my iPhone. No. Get licking. Get licking, motherfucker.
Liquor does it quicker.
Oh, God. So yeah, so that was my drug test tale.
But you passed, obviously.
I guess so.
So much to the dismay of your employer, they'll need to keep you for the time being.
They must have been so upset.
John Brown passed his drug test. Fuck!
He does all this shit when he's not high? Oh my God.
Next, they'll just be like, we just got to prove that he's crazy.
Yeah, he's just obviously mentally ill.
Got to prove that John Brown is just flat nuts.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Actually, probably better luck with that.
I think they'd had much better luck with that.
It's proving that you're a little bonkers.
Well, hey, I think you have to be. I'd have to be to fucking show up there every day. They don't seem to understand that some people need to get high to work there. That's just how fucking bad it is sometimes.
Maybe they should they could probably get some people to just flock to that job if they're just like, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're just not going to drug test you.
Right.
Just come to work on time. Don't make up dumbass excuses like car wouldn't start, slept through the alarm. Just get here on time.
Or as my
Don't
brother
ask any
did, my
questions.
brother did when he worked there. He walked in the office and said, I shit my pants when he didn't really, so he could leave.
Oh, he didn't really shit his pants?
No.
Son of a bitch. Really?
Yeah, of course.
I always thought that was the truth.
No, he's just like, I don't feel like being here anymore. Walked in the office. He's like, hey, I shit my pants. His boss is like, okay, bye. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
He had told me he had actually shit his pants.
No.
And that's that
I mean,
he just walked in and said,
I'm sure he has shit his pants on numerous occasions, but
that breaks my heart. I really wanted that story to be true.
Okay, well, hold on. To be fair to him, it might have happened more than once. I don't know. I know there was one time where he walked in that office and said, I shit my pants, and he didn't.
Well, so what? But the thing is, like, your employer now would require visual confirmation.
Probably. Like, well, I'll just stay in this office for a few more minutes, and we're going to fucking play a game of chicken. That's what we're going to do. You're going to let me leave, or we're going to find out the hard way, sir.
We're going to play a game of chicken. I had buffalo wings for lunch, so.
Yeah, yes, exactly. You're
either way, you're walking away from this the loser.
You're a brave man, I'll tell you that much. And also, they just put us on fucking 10-hour days.
For how many days a week?
I don't know. Hopefully just 5, but
hopefully 4. That's how you win. You get 4 10-hour days.
That would be phenomenal, but there's no way that's going to happen.
My company allows that. That's an available shift with us.
Yeah, well, good for fucking you.
You know, if I had my way, I'd be
that's
like,
just,
all right.
I apologize. That's jealousy. I'm sorry.
If I had my way, I would do 2 20s.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, do 20 hours, sleep for 8, do 20 hours again, sleep for however many days I need to, and then have 5 fucking days off.
Sleep for how many days I need to.
Yeah.
After that death.
Gradually recover. It would be ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to work from 6 to 4 today. Ugh.
That's rough.
That's a bad one.
So they didn't even put it at the end of the day? I would rather, if you're going to extend my shift by 2 hours,
yeah,
I'd want it to all be on I'd backload it. Like, put it all in the end.
I hear you.
Don't make me come in any earlier. I already don't want to be there. Don't make me not want to be there earlier.
Some people went in at 5 o'clock. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
So they were working 11-hour days?
No, they worked from 5 to 3.
I wonder if your company's aware that overtime is more expensive than just hiring new employees.
Oh, Greg.
Have they figured out that math yet?
Oh, Greg. Oh, Greg. But then there's insurance money and all this other stuff.
Not if you hire 2 part-time employees.
I know, which they do anyway. It's a whole fucking thing, Greg. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's always we're doing a little better, but fuck you, we need to do way better than that.
Right.
You know, it's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes.
You just got to move out here and work in IT, man.
I just got to move to fucking Alaska.
Oh, no.
Eat whale blubber.
Alaska's even worse because then you're competing for part-time shifts with bears.
Yeah, well, at least you know where you stand with them.
I was asked today why people don't use selective breeding on the subject of bears, because I just mentioned that.
Okay.
You know how we have, like, for dogs, we'll breed desirable traits for dogs?
Yeah.
So somebody asked me, it's like, why don't we use selective breeding traits for pandas to just, like, make pandas that want to fuck all the time?
Okay.
And I just thought about that. And I'm like, well, because they're fucking bears.
Right. Yeah, they're not nice animals. They're not nice.
Yeah, it's you're not gonna walk up to a panda and be like, yo, we need to break this up. You can't fuck that panda.
Right.
They're not very smart. I mean, they're bears that don't want to have sex with each other.
Right.
It's just sit there and eat.
Yeah, why are we trying to make fucking bears into people? Like, I don't get it. Why aren't they doing this thing that we like to do? Because they're fucking bears.
They're bears. They just want to sit and eat bamboo.
They do what the fuck they want. Because why? Because they're fucking bears.
I wonder if part of the reason they're so ineffective at living is because all they eat is bamboo.
Maybe.
And there are bears.
They're not quite as smart as we are, Greg.
No. I'm just trying to put the logic together of this animal. And the more I'm thinking about this animal, the more it upsets me.
It's all instinct.
So it eats, it chews on weeds pretty much all the time.
Right.
And then it's highly aggressive.
Yeah, it's all pissed off. It's like,
yeah,
I've never had a steak
the
before.
Shit out of anyone.
It's never had a steak.
Yeah.
I would be pissed if I never had a steak.
Like it's one of those things where you're like, if you're at a table, like a sit down discussion with a panda bear,
right?
And you're sitting at the table and you're staring across at him, and it's munching on its stick of wood. And you're just like watching as it just kind of stares out of the corner of its eyes as deers walk by your yard, and you're just like, you're not interested in that.
That's not cool to you?
That's not something that does it. And they're like, I'm a free spirit.
Oh God. Call back. Let's call back to the first episode. Listen, man, I'm not here to rumble, here to party, okay? Just give me my bamboo. Let me sit out in the fields. Just relax in the sun, okay? Like, all right, dude.
Keep it simple.
Yeah,
Simple's
that's right.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Bears are beautiful.
I bet panda bears love Dave Matthews.
Probably.
You know, it's like, just let me listen to Dave Matthews and chew on my bamboo stick, okay? I don't give a fuck.
And Huey Lewis.
Don't fucking look. Huey Lewis in the fucking news, dude. My puka shells.
I can see that.
Yes, exactly. Just let me hang out.
So, just so I know, I'm going to set the tone here to not make anybody upset for next week.
Oh, boy.
You had stated that next week, this isn't happening on Monday.
Right. I will be
Why
away.
is that?
I'll be away. I'll be in South Carolina.
Why will we be there?
I'm going to arm wrestle.
For money.
Nope.
For funsies.
National title.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
You don't get money with a national title?
No.
Why not?
Because sometimes you do. Not this organization.
This organization's like, you get the title.
Title.
Huh.
Yep.
You think you got a good shot?
I do.
Good.
I do think I have a good shot. It's actually my first ever nationals I went to was in South Carolina. So hopefully we're going like full circle here. You know?
Yeah. Coming back is like the starry-eyed noob and that's finally like gone through the ropes and you're like, I lost here once before and I'm not gonna do it again.
I actually won that tournament.
Oh, I won this once before and I'm gonna do it again.
Well, it was the amateur division back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now it's
Okay.
professional open.
So when do you leave for that?
I leave Thursday
Ooh.
and hop in my old car and start fucking chugging down the road.
Did that get fixed?
Not yet.
It's gonna drive down dents and all.
Oh yeah, it's fine. No problem. I've driven fucking horrible, way worse cars than that. The same distance, so I'm fine with that. Yeah.
You can tell the other arm wrestlers they get down there like, what happened to your car? Just be like, I trained on it.
Yeah, I fucking punched it before I got in the car. Just like, we wonder if I'm strong today. Whack. Yep.
I sit down and I tie my wrist to the wheel well, see how I can wrestle my car out of shape.
Fucking ripped it right off.
Take that, car.
Take that, dude. Yeah, I'm going down to Columbia.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully, my big Confederate flag T-shirt. That'd be horrible.
Don't show that anywhere near the iTunes store.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Fair. Dukes of Hazzard got pulled from iTunes, I guess.
I know. What the fuck? I mean, I get why. I really do. I understand the whole argument with the Confederate flag and all that. I do. I get it. It's fine. Don't have a problem. But, I mean, Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of over and done with. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not like it's like an active thing where they're being insensitive.
Right.
It's just something they did 40 years ago. It was fucking whatever.
Right. And I don't know. Maybe this could be one of those things where my view on it is one of those things that's really unpopular to try and get away. But I always just mentally I didn't even associate the Confederate flag with like slavery.
Right.
Because the whole argument is it's a symbol of slavery. I think that for one reason or another, I just associated the Confederate flag with the deep, deep, deep South.
Right. Exactly.
And granted, I've admittedly said I'm not the biggest fan of the deep, deep, deep South.
Deep South. Right.
But I've always had this very tongue-in-cheek, I guess, kind of view of the Confederate flag when people have it on their vehicles.
Yeah.
The thing that always went through my head wasn't even like, oh, what a racist, or it was like, you fucking moron.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the thing is what it's perceived as and what it really stood for originally are very different now.
Right.
They just are. I mean, and the idea that if some kid has the Confederate flag sticker on their back of their truck, it doesn't mean the same thing as it did in the past.
Right. It just means that they're an idiot kid with a Confederate flag on their truck.
Right. They think they're a rebel.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
Tom Petty used to fly a huge Confederate flag in the back of his concerts. I guarantee you, Tom Petty doesn't have a fucking racist bone in his body.
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I think it's an interesting discussion.
Sure.
As to what, you know, because, you know, a swastika meant a different thing before Hitler adopted it.
Right.
It's not really okay to fly swastika flags anymore. You know, so there is a thing where it turns.
Right.
And it hurts people.
Right. Absolutely. That symbol is universally. I think I want to almost say like the Confederate flag is not as universally associated with oppression naturally as the swastika is.
I agree.
I think it's not even close. Now, what's going to happen is society can change that. Like, we can change what that perception means.
Right.
And what's interesting about this argument is you're actually seeing a symbol which has admittedly divided viewpoints behind it. It's not where it's clearly like the Confederate flag is about slavery, or where the Confederate flag is about states' rights, or it's about rebellion, or there's a whole bunch of different sects of people that honestly believe that this image is for different things. And I even, like as I said a moment ago, like I always felt that it was just a symbol of the Deep South.
Right.
Like, for whatever the Deep South means to you, that's what my assumption was. Now, the swastika is just flat out just Nazis. Period.
Right.
Nazis.
Right.
And that earned that association through World War II.
Sure.
Like that very solidly cemented its place as one of the single most racist and just hate inspiring and hate representing symbols of anything in the world.
Ever. Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
Versus what's happening now is you're seeing society defining what a vocal minority feels that this item should be. And the thing is, whenever somebody that has enough power to say something starts saying it in today's day and age, they will make it true, even if it's not.
Yeah, right. You recreate definitions.
Right. We are watching as a few individuals will define for everyone what this symbol means.
Right.
And
exactly.
regardless.
And by the way, the same individuals that we've been listening to and very little of us even like.
Right.
Which is kind of bizarre too.
Right. It's the media machine, regardless of whether or not you feel that the Confederate flag does stand for a symbol of slavery. Now you will in 10 years associate it with such, because we will be trained to know that that's what it meant.
Right. Exactly right.
Which is just
scary.
That freaks the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you kind of on the same guideline, did you hear about President Obama doing Mark Maron's podcast?
No.
You didn't? I think if anybody who hasn't heard it, it's the WTF podcast by Mark Maron. It's a good podcast in general. And President Obama was on it, which is really crazy to think about. You know, the president did a fucking podcast with a comedian. And he actually went to Mark's house to do it in California. And for a little bit, it didn't last long, but he got a little bit of shit on every news station, because he used, and I'm going to have to use a word here, he used the word nigger on his podcast.
Mark Maron did, or
no?
Obama did?
Obama did. And if you listen to that podcast, I think it happens, it's a little over an hour long, and it happens near the end. But they're talking about racism in general. And Obama says racism is more than just, you know, it's more than understanding that the word nigger is bad. You know, it's more than that. And all these news stations were just killing him for saying it. And it's like, you fucking idiots. Don't you understand that you could highlight this as a moment where there's a perfect distinction between somebody using that term and talking about that term.
Right.
Like he's not using it. He's talking about it. And it was a really, I think no matter what side you're on, I think that podcast is really worth a good listen because it's pretty, there's a lot of stuff going on, and just his basic views on how the world works or how this country works. And yeah, when you just said it, basically these few voices can change how society defines a symbol. It just made me think of that, where it's like, you fucking morons, you have this great opportunity to teach people how to actually fucking discuss this intelligently.
Right.
And what they did instead is they played a 10-second clip of him saying that, and they bleeped it out every time. They censored the fucking president.
It's hard to have the thing with censorship in society. It's very challenging to have an intelligent conversation when you're not allowed to say what it is you're talking about.
Right. When you're N-word and all that kind of stuff.
And the whole thing with putting these labels on things like N-word, F-word, B-word, when you're referring to things,
right, is
profanities are only profane because we say they are. Like that's a different societal question in itself. But saying fuck to somebody, like the context of whether or not that's a profane or an inappropriate word is directly dependent on who you're saying it to.
Absolutely. Right. Yes.
Like you, between like all of our friends, you can say fuck as much as you want. None of us care.
Yeah. And honestly, half the time we don't know we're saying it.
But if one of us were to say, it's just like society's trained me like to say nigger is not okay.
Right.
Period. Like it's one of those few words that's still on my list of like things I feel just uncomfortable saying.
Yes.
And like just right there is like, I don't know if I should say this or not. But
totally.
At the same point, yeah, it's like if we're having a conversation about it, like saying that word is uncomfortable to me because that is something that I do view as a profane word to use because it's the context of it is entirely entrenched in hate.
Yeah, it's just nasty. It's a fucking nasty word.
It's a nasty word. But the thing is, in order to have that discussion, you can't.
It's a serious discussion. It should garner some type of. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay to go say a word and go ugh, because you should feel ugh, and it's a serious topic.
Right.
Like it's okay to feel a little uncomfortable talking about something that's really fucking serious.
Right.
And you should feel that way because that feeling reminds you that we should never go back to that shit.
Right. There was an MTV, I want to say MTV thing where they did a show where they would take black people and make up them as white, and then white people make up them as black, and have them kind of switch lives for a while.
Right.
To kind of see, the whole walk 10 miles in somebody else's shoes type thing. And they had a very interesting discussion about the word, just in that it's the reason why you shouldn't repeat it is because it keeps it around and continues to give it power of oppression.
Sure.
And it was an older black gentleman telling a younger kid this, because the younger kid was in the ultimate rap, like the whole rap scene, and just like dropping where he felt like it. He's like, when you say that word, you're perpetuating this rift. Right. Even if anyone says it, and it's just kind of it won't go away if we keep using it.
Right.
Which I thought that was an intelligent discussion to have about it.
Right. I think that's a pretty adult way of looking at something. Even if you don't quite agree with it, it's a solid argument.
Right. Right. Like I think it's a word to be better off without.
Sure.
I don't think we need it.
Right.
I would like to say that society's going to move somewhere where we don't need that word to exist. But now I think it does, and
right. I think it could move that way. I think that very, it's depressing for some people to think about. It's not necessarily for me for some reason, but things like racism and homophobia and all these things, they're not going to go away anytime soon.
Not in our lifetime.
They are, yeah, right. They are moving away. I mean, people are just just moving towards people accepting all that.
Even if the other thing too is a lot of people have a very compartmentalized kind of view about things in a very narrow scope, that even if within the next 50 years we were to eliminate that attitude of thinking in the United States, it's not going to be gone anytime soon in a lot of Europe. It's not going to be gone anytime soon in the Middle East, period.
Right. Exactly. It's You know, it's yeah. I mean, what can you do? All you can do is your best. But the thing is, when people are expecting things to change in a year or 5 years or 10 years, it's like, you're going to be really fucking disappointed, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. If in 10 years, you've had these problems, like at the same point, you might be disappointed it hasn't changed. But the other thing is that for change to happen, it needs catalysts of that change. It needs people who are willing to bring it up and have the discussions and talk about it and hold their point on it. And if it's something that society deems as valid, people will get behind it and they'll go with it. Just kind of the challenge of changing anything in society is that to change something in society, a lot of people need to agree with you.
Yeah, the society needs to actually say something about it. And for the things that everybody's watching, which is basically media and TV and all these things, we're not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
We're not really allowed to talk about it. So
of course not.
You're not going to really change it. I mean, it's a weird cycle of, you know.
Well, our media is not trying to drive change right now anyways. Our media is more focused on maintaining the status quo because they know how much money they can make with the status quo.
That's just it. Like when you hear any kind of news, station that brags about ratings, you're like, you're not a fucking journalist. You're fucking looking for ratings.
Yeah, you're pandering to the lowest common denominator.
You should give a shit about your ratings as long as you're speaking, what you journalistically deem the truth.
Right.
Like you shouldn't care what your ratings are. You're like, we're putting out what our facts show to be the truth. That's never what you fucking hear.
Right.
You hear we have the best ratings. You should watch us. It's like, yeah. All right, I guess.
But that's it is what it is. And that'll be interesting to see. I think the biggest thing that'll be interesting to see about that in the coming years is how much internet knowledge is changing that. Because older people will still tend to watch the evening news or just kind of catch us on TV. And this could be a really unpopular statement with some people who could listen here and there, but I generally feel that most people these days who try and be up and current with whatever's happening in the world are no longer gleaning their information from the media as it's fed to us.
No, I agree with that. And something I have seen, we've actually joked about it on this podcast, which is like our parents are now obsessed with Facebook. Like that era of people are obsessed with Facebook. They are using it far more than we ever did. Our generation. Like my dad will check into like Marco Polo. Like it's a fucking Chinese restaurant. And I'm like, I've never once ever thought about checking into like I'm at Target right now. And I've never used it to that degree. And also when I'm hanging out with my dad, he's on his phone all the fucking time.
Right.
And it's like, we made the joke of like, they're supposed to tell me to get off my phone. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. But really, when you look at how people do get their news, which is through internet, which is now your phone for a lot of people who aren't home a lot. I think that there's a new generation of people who are getting they're now getting their information independently.
Yep.
Which is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it is. It's with the whole your dad using the phone thing, I definitely there's an age spread. I think people that are like between kind of your age actually be on the lower end of the spectrum and mine near the kind of like the upper end. I feel like this is 5 to 7 year spread of people that have kind of been like, all right, I get it. I can use this to kill time when I'm bored, but I'm out with friends. I'm not going to deal with that shit.
Right.
But then there's other people that are on it constantly.
Yes.
Constantly. Like there's a few guys I work with. If we go out to lunch, they bring their phone with them and they're texting the whole time. And it's just I use technology liberally. Like every minute of every day, I'm pretty much connected in some form or another. But if I'm going out to hang out with somebody, I try and at least give them the respect of like spending time with them.
Yeah, it's actually bizarre to me. Like, and I understand the addiction of having all this fucking information in your hand and also having a line to people that you care about all the time through text where you don't have to talk. You can just text and have a conversation with somebody else while you're doing that. But with things that are important to me, which is like hanging out with, if I'm hanging out with my friends or hanging out with family, or if I'm away at an arm wrestling training, my phone is off because it's something I don't.
made a trip somewhere to do something.
Right. So it's off. Like if I'm in a tournament, it's off because I don't even want to think about it. It's if I'm in the moment with a friend or a family member or an activity that really means something to me, I don't need that thing in my life for that whatever period of time. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Nobody's gonna die.
Right. Yeah. Even when like we were at PAX or I was at PAX with Brad earlier in the year, like, did I have my phone with me? Yes. Did I use it a lot? Yes. ... But it was for taking pictures of the stuff that we were looking at.
And that's a good point too. Like, you know, there have been many times where I've done the same thing and airplane mode that shit.
Yeah.
So now it's a camera. It's not even it's not a, you know, a tool for communication now.
Right. The rest of the time that I was there, do I spend my time wisely on New Hampshire? Not really. I'm usually pretty drunk and just fucking around in general.
Right.
But I'm there at least in that spirit, in that moment, enjoying it, not drinking a bunch of beers with my friends while we flip through Facebook. It's
right. I'm trying to experience
something is happening.
Experience real life in front of me.
Whether it be arguing over the game of darts and stating that for hundreds of years people have been making this way too complicated, or like deciding that we could make a better version of chess. It doesn't matter. There's something going on that's there that's making it worth the trip versus if I just stayed at my desk and at home and talked to everybody. So.
Right, exactly.
And that trip's coming up soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're about 3 weeks away, so we'll have another live show.
Is Brad and Brian coming?
They don't know it yet.
Oh, yay. You know why I ask?
How's that?
Because everybody's going to have their own microphone this time.
Oh, fancy.
Yes.
I like it.
I've made it work.
I like how you've done this.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So.
We can even have a computer Scott on at the same time.
Nice. I can bring my iPad for Julie. So.
Oh shit. Julie hasn't been on since she cursed the computer Scott out horribly.
Fuck you, die.
Like in the background.
Yeah. Julie was wonderful.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's coming up.
Yeah, when is that exactly?
July 31st through August 9th.
Holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Just
hanging
out.
Awesome.
Yeah. Should be pretty good. So
all right.
On that note, I say we've done a good job today.
Yes. You'd like to say farewell?
I would like to say farewell. I have many commitments that both precede and follow the show, which is unfortunate. But
all right.
My Outlook calendar is the noose that will hang me one day.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Greg, say goodbye to the audience then.
Goodbye, audience. Thank you for listening.